So, hello again from the Busoni piano competition in Bolzano, Italy. We're now into the second round. And once again, we would like to welcome the audience watching in China via Amadeus TV and also in Korea on naver.com. This afternoon, it's my pleasure to welcome the president of the jury himself, Lortie, prize winner, Busoni prize winner 1984, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And now here for the first time as the president of the jury. So what are your first impressions, like your overall impression of the competition so far?
Well, so far, I think we have identified already potential top winners. So that's
Already.
always very important because, you need to feel that this will be a good edition. So I think it will be a good year for the Busoni. That's my feeling up to now. Of course, nothing is over. We still have a lot of music to hear from all these candidates, but it's going in the right direction.
So does the field of candidates who enter the solo finals now reflect the diversity you were looking for artistically?
Oh, completely artistically, and also as far as nationalities, gender. So we have really a very, very large gamut of musical styles, of musical cultures. It's very, very interesting.
Good to hear. One question that I received from China was like, what would you recommend in a nutshell a young pianist about to enter the competition scene when it comes to choosing repertoire?
Yes. Well, first of all, the most important recommendation is don't do too many competitions. Don't just go from one to another like this, almost like a compulsive. It's very dangerous. It's a little bit like gambling. Once you start doing it, you cannot stop. I think you have to wait until you are really ready, because very often it might be that the judges are back in the other competitions that you are doing, and they're saying, oh, again, this one who will be sort of ready but not completely. You have to come and give immediately a good impression. I would say wait until you believe you could be the winner. I think
when
that's
it comes
the
to
secret.
your selection of repertoire?
Repertoire is really, it depends, of course, on some competitions are more free. Like Busoni, you are quite free about what you can select. I would say try to make yourself a complete artist. If you limit only yourself to a certain type of repertoire, you can also win if you are really phenomenal in, let's say, late romantic music or early impressionistic. But I think there is nothing more impressive than somebody who's showing a very broad culture, who can play the classics, the romantics, the moderns. It's even, I don't know, it's even more impressive when you are listening to so many people.
Your role in this year's edition will not be finished when you're done with the competition itself, but we have a new project, a collaboration with the Busoni Center in Empoli, Tuscany, where Busoni was born. It's going to be some kind of residency program, the Busoni Campus, that's the unofficial title. Can you tell us a little bit about it? Because you will be the first mentor.
It will really depend on the type of person who will win this competition and what they need to do, I'm very much for the larger picture. So I think being, of course, next to so many important cultural centers, I would say certainly visiting places like Florence and having discussions among great works of art, and maybe discover more about Busoni, his whole legacy. So many subjects that are not necessarily all about talking about what I call a shop talk about piano necessarily. I would like to make it, because we will be in a very special place in Tuscany, link it to the territory. Exactly. That's my feeling. Yes.
So yeah, an extra reason to try really hard to get that prize this year, I'd say. Thank you very much, Mr.
My
Lortie.
pleasure.
Thank you, everybody following us in Asia.